wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is the Mike of the Night pre-show, episode 502. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, yeah. Let's get a little bit of audio here in the room. We are on the censored pre-show here for Mike of the Night, so we could jump onto the main show for you guys on Rumble and Odyssey. You can find all the links at realmikemartins.com. Again, hope everybody is doing really well and enjoying their weekend. Let me just make sure all my other podcasts are on mute here. That's still coming up live. Just doing this, you know what I mean? Just kind of checking it out as we go along here. And, yeah, that's on mute. Sorry, guys. It's just, just streaming on multi-platforms is kind of new for me. So I hope you guys could understand just the complexity of some of the stuff from behind, making sure it's all muted. Yeah, it's all muted. It looks like it's good. Looks like it's doing good. All right, guys. What is everybody up to? How's everybody doing? Let me jump into the comments here and see what you guys are up to. And lots to talk about tonight. Lots to cover, for sure. And, okay, we got Jeff Ludwig in the house. Thank you for joining us, Guy. So good to have you. And that's for Jeff right there. Okay, so tonight's it's Aftermath Week 1. What is Aftermath Week 1? Well, this is a new series I just thought of to do for Mike in the Night, where we're in the aftermath now. We're kind of seeing what has transpired over the years and trying to figure out how to piece things together in the aftermath. Like, okay, it's done. The damage is done. What are we going to do now? Like, where are we going to take it from? Where are we going to take things going from here, right? And I think it's kind of important that we discuss this, because I think it is okay. So hey, good morning, Mr. Nobody in the house, Richard Junkyard Dog. What's up, buddy? Russell in the house. Thanks for coming on. And guys, yeah, your YouTube comments aren't coming on to the Flutin, which is very bizarre. So I'm just gonna ignore the Flutin right now, and bounce over to you guys. But yeah, I just wanted to throw this out there real quick, a little pre-show, just so we could talk about the aftermath and what's going down. I got a few headlines already dug up for you guys, so I'm looking forward to sharing these with you guys and what is going down. So just testing things here, testing audio. Everything seems to be okay. And I think it's only just starting, says Mr. Nobody. Mr. Nobody, if you want to call in to the Uncensored show and tell us what you think is getting started, and I know it's getting started, but things are going to get started because you know what happens when someone gets caught nowadays. Somebody gets caught doing something, or someone gets caught, they don't even apologize for getting caught anymore. And that's the problem we're facing here, right? So anyways, guys, if you want more information to links and where to go and how to find streams and pre-streams and post-streams and podcasts and all that stuff, go to realmikemartins.com. All right. Ooh, Junkyard Dog is already messaging me. Oh, he sent me a video. Junkyard Dog has sent me a video already. Trucks in my shop might get it back Tuesday. So he's having his truck repaired, and man, is it ever costing him a $9,000 repair bill, a $16,000 repair bill, just to keep his truck on the road so he could transport food for us to eat. Yeah, I'm going to see if his Skype turns on. I'm going to get him on the show and thank him for being a trucker and transporting our food, because you got to thank a trucker every day. And let's go into a quick channel plug, guys, so you guys can know how to navigate around and where to find us and what is going down. Okay, so guys, there it is. Oops, sorry, what is this? Okay, artbydano.com, artbydano.net. Not your typical art. You could find Dano at the Huntington Beach Pier. Fakotube is fakotube.com, what YouTube used to be. KiwiRadio.nz. Don't forget to check it out. All kinds of stuff. Local Kiwi, New Zealand creators. Episodes of Mike in the Night already geared up here for you guys. All kinds of cool stuff. Where is he? There he is. Vinny Eastwood. We need to get Vinny Eastwood back and Billy TK on Mike in the Night if they could make it. And hopefully they can make it and come on. Keep the lights on for Mike in the Night donor box, guys. Don't forget to Set up a donation if you want on a monthly basis. $10 a month, $5 a month, $1 a month. And there's our board right there. Sharon Holloway donated a bunch of money. Pamela, Junkyard Dog, is doing monthly. Thanks, guys, so much for doing this. This helps a lot out. And Legalese, don't forget to check them out at legalhelperai.com. Legalhelperai.com. And don't forget to go to meritgames.com, mtg.toys. And also, right here, you could go to realmikemartins.com, and you could find all our streams here, where you could find replays. You could find, we are now on like Spotify, Pandora, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. So you could find episodes of Mike in the Night on there, and then Classic Mike in the Night on YouTube. So you click on the archives here, and it takes you to the classic episodes of Mike in the Night 2, uncensored. So this is the more vulgar stuff. So, and I want to thank you so much, Facebook, for unlocking my Mike in the Night channel. My Mike in the Night Facebook channel has been unlocked. And trust me, it's not easy to get and look, and I'm not trying to be vanity or bragging. 92K followers, and not a single people know I'm not even live on this damn thing. Am I even live on this thing? Yeah, I'm live on this. All right, it's going. It's working on the backup channel too. There he goes. Oh yeah, there's the pre-show. Aftermath 1 week. So we got to be very careful what we talk about here on Mike in the Night on these censored platforms. Now, do you guys think a lot of these censored platforms will be on the hook for disallowing people to tell what was happening? Right? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on the uncensored show. We got Rave Elevator in the house. Hi everyone. Thanks, Mike, for the show. No problem, Rave Elevator. Josie Wales. Hello, Mike. Your show is great, brother. Been watching for a few weeks. Thanks, Josie, for joining us. Russell Huston. Stefanos is my legal helper. LOL. No problem, buddy. Stefanos, we got to get back on the show too. I think the last time he made an appearance on Mike in the Night, I think he was stranded at the Niagara Falls Buffalo border or something at the Buffalo New York border when he called into Mike in the Night. It'd be good to get him back on the show too. We are working up getting some power guests on the show too. Some good power guests that could come on and help us, help me, help grow the channel and all kinds of stuff. How you doing, Pamela in the house? Josie Wales in the house. Jackie Marisa in the house. And stating that we are in end times. Guys, don't mind this gigantic fly in my room. It's been circling here for over an hour now while I'm trying to set this up. It looks like Junkyard Dog has his... Let me play the video he played.
Junkyard Dog reporting for Mike in the Night. This is where your trucker's at. Flying J, Fort Erie, Ontario. This is more like it. That's where your truckers are at.
All right, that's Junkyard Dog.
Believe it?
Let's get him. Last week he was in somewhere in Pennsylvania. We'll get him to tell us where he was in Pennsylvania, and there was no truckers, not a single truck stop, not a single trucker. Like, it was empty, and everybody in even the comments were shocked that. All right, let's get to it. Let's get Junkyard Dog on the show and see what he's doing.
Hello.
Hey, is this the Junkyard Dog?
It is.
Hey, thanks for coming on Mike in the Night pre-show. Aftermath, 1 week out. Okay, buddy, what is going on with the traffic? You seemed a little bit more happy to see more trucks in that little stop there at the Flying J.
Yeah, that the previous one I made there, the little video, that was a week ago.
In Pennsylvania somewhere? Where was it?
Yeah. Greencastle, Pennsylvania. That's a busy corridor, and I was surprised to see no trucks there. Like, that truck stop was half full all
and
night.
you told me if you don't get there by a certain time, you can't get in there.
Yeah, if you're not parked by, if you're not there. Well, I tried to park by between 4 and 6, 7 o'clock. But if you're after 8, 9 o'clock there's no parking there, and you got to pay $20 to park there. It's all paid parking. You either use your points on your fuel card or you pay cash.
Right on. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to call you to thank you too, because I want to thank. I try to thank a trucker every day, and
Yeah, I appreciate it.
it's good to have you on the show. We got the I-10 truckers too that are listening to Mike in the Night and the I-10 corridor too, and
Yeah.
they send me a lot of emails from time to time too.
Don't forget the farmers; they're part of it too.
Farmers are a big part of it.
Oh yes.
I got a few articles that I'm going to be reading later tonight that farmers are actually being arrested in some countries. They're arresting farmers
For what?
for this whole Green New Deal thing.
Oh, the no fertilizer fuel.
I don't.
This,
They don't even know how to lie anymore. They don't know which lie to pick. So
my
they
God.
they don't know what lie they're following this week. So they don't know. They can't keep track of all their lies, right? And as everything starts to fall apart and people start to, I guess, wake up, I think there's going to be. I don't know. We'll talk about it more on the uncensored version of Mike in the Night. But so how are you? So you're paying how much in bills to fix your truck? If you don't mind us telling us.
Yeah, I just had an inspection done. I had some brake work done, then I had an inspection, and now I'm going into engine oil, cooler, and some other little repairs. It nickel and dime me for that's what a truck does. It'll nickel and dime you for 2 or 3 months, and then you'll run for 6 months, maybe 5, 6 months, and then it'll nickel and dime me again. But I'm being hit right now with probably like it's over 10 grand in the last month and a half
In repairs.
in repairs. Yeah,
10 large. So that's 8,000 American, 7,800 American.
it would be double if I had it done at the dealership.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you're gonna have to do it, in a more of a private level, right? Wow.
It's it's a small shop. They're a young couple. They're ambitious. They're making their way through life just like everybody else, and their rate is a little bit cheaper than the dealership rates, and that's it's $200 for a dealership rate. In some places it's a little more, like Chicago. I heard Peterbilt Chicago is around 226, 236 an hour.
And that's not in pesos.
Yeah, that's U.S. dollars.
Come on, Junkyard. You know I like to break your balls once in a while.
And you know something? Like there's some of us that will not go to certain places. Like if you live in Florida, you might be on your own. If you live in New York, Boston, some people won't go to Chicago. California for sure. There's a lot of truck drivers refusing to go to California.
Well, because if they break down there, they're screwed.
You're done. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I won't go to Florida anymore, because I don't want to be broke down in Florida.
Really? Wow.
There's a lot of food comes out of Florida too. The rates just don't pay enough. The rates don't pay enough for your your breakdowns in your hotels, and nowadays if you break down in a truck, you're down 3 weeks. They can't get parts. Still can't get parts.
So there's a part shortage now. You're seeing a part shortage.
Yeah, part shortage, and you go into queue. Like that garage will have that many trucks that you might not get looked at for a week.
Wow.
That's where we're at today. It's unbelievable. Nobody's ever seen this before.
But guys, this is why we have Junkyard Dog here on the show, on the pre-show here on Mike in the Night tonight. There's a reason why he's here. Just so you guys know how much these guys have to go through, and how much nickel and diming, and how much hard work, and how much backbreaking that these people have to go through just to get us our food and our stuff, and they're going through hell.
We are, yeah. There's a lot of problems with this operation.
I could feel it. I could feel it in your voice, brother. I could feel it in your voice, and I know. I could tell. You're stressed. You're really stressed out.
Yeah. Today I've been stressed for a week. Yeah. Yeah, I've been stressed for a week.
Lisa saying we're having a hard time finding parts for our F350. And that's a truck that has a billion models on the road.
Yes.
And you could find dime a dozen. Back in 2017, 2015, you could find parts for an F350 a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Now, thanks, Lisa, for that feedback there.
And you must have been, we must have been reading each other's minds or something. When you posted that video about the accidents, like a couple for 2 or 3 days in a row, I seen multiple 2, 3 18-wheelers crashing into the back of 18-wheelers, pushing the back of the trailers right in.
Wow. Are you starting to see an uptick in accidents too? Like, so you're seeing them in trucks? Are you seeing them in,
Yes.
are you seeing bad driving? What are you seeing on the road? Tell us.
When you cross this country, I want to be, it's good to tell the people this, because when you're taking your vacation and you're pulling your motorhome or your boat, or you got your family in the car, be alert. Pick your times where you're driving through, and you just pay attention at all times. Like, don't play with your phones. Have your co-pilot guide you. The roads are very treacherous. There's so many people will cut you off. They're speed racing. They'll do U-turns in the highway. Like, it's just nuts. In the city streets. We call it the Mississauga turn. Me and my wife, we call it the Mississauga U-turn when you pull up to a red light and it turns green, and then they do a U-turn and go the other direction. That happens every day, all day. And in our neck of the woods here, just about every day, there's sirens, there's wrecks. Unreal.
Josie is saying you guys are our heroes.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And PB and J Farms has a question, is asking, is the repair rate so bad in Florida? Why stay out of Florida?
It's just my personal preference. There's drivers that will not go places. I don't go to New York, Jersey, Florida, California. We've got customers there too. Like, there is runs there, but we farm that out to other people that are willing to go there. I'm just not willing to break down in Florida or California or New York. I broke down in Rhode Island one time.
Oh, Providence.
Yeah, I broke down in Rhode Island. I needed a brake pod, just a simple brake pod on a Freightliner, number 30 brake pod, common parts. 3 days I was there for
3 days for a common part.
For a common part, for like maybe takes them an hour and a half to change it. And then I'm back on my road. I was down for 3 days in Rhode Island. There's places I just won't go. It costs, our expense doesn't equal the pay. And that's honest to God's truth today. Our expense doesn't equal the pay.
Wow.
It's
Guys,
tough.
I'm going to give you the link to the after party, to the actual censored Mike of the Night. Let me just open that up here. Where is it? Here, I'm going to give you, we're going to be on Odyssey tonight, and we're going to be on Rumble. I'll give you the Rumble link. Everyone knows the Odyssey already, because we are always on Odyssey. And let me go to my channels. Let me go over to Real Mike Martins. Don't forget to visit us at realmikemartins.com. And upcoming, it's already upcoming. Let me just open it here so you guys can see it. And it's upcoming tonight. It's going to be, we're going live soon. We're going to be going live in a bit here. So there it is right there if you guys want to join us. I'm going to put this in the live chat here. And if you guys want to join us, let me see in the Odyssey. Oh, Odyssey's not running right now. And let me put in the Twitch chat here. So we are multi-platforming. I got to thank the engineer that's been helping me put this together and making my life a lot easier. I'm grateful for that. I'm very grateful. And so we got people saying hello from Winnipeg. So here is the link in the Facebook chat there for you guys to join us for Mike of the Night. And I'm going to put it in the Flutin. All right, Junkyard Dog, keep going, buddy. What do you I know you got a lot for us, and I know you've been pushing hard, man. And we appreciate everything you've done and everything you're doing. And I very appreciate you for being my only one sponsor on the channel, like weekly sponsor.
It's like I told you. I believe in you because you believe in yourself, and that's a rare quality today. You you have my belief that I know you're doing the right thing, and
Well, I
that's what
appreciate
people
that.
you people need to wake up and support. You know, there's some of the regulars should support you if they believe in you.
Yeah, I get support from every angle too. I got people doing some donations here and there, big ones at times, and it helps out. I'm not in the heyday. I'm not at 4 years. 4 years ago, 4 years ago, my dad was still alive.
Yeah.
I was in my heyday. The store was pulling in money left, right, and center. Now, they lost my order. My order got lost. So a big order of a new Magic the Gathering release set. I had to turn customers away because they don't know where the order is. I barely made $100 all week
Mhm.
in my store, and the heyday is over, man. And
Yeah.
I,
Heydays.
it's hard. It's really hard, and I wouldn't be asking people for help if I didn't need it. But there were times. Let me tell you, we're doing Mike in the Night. Let's say back in 2020, 2019, 2020, in the beginning of everything. I was okay. I turned off all my donation buttons. I turned off my thing. I turned off my what do you call that other website that we had where people could donate to and stuff. I turned all that stuff off. I shut it all down. I didn't need it. I'm doing good. I'm making money. You guys save your money, invest it in better things, right? But now it's
Well, we shop at Value Village for our clothes. We buy food on sale if we can get it. My wife is very, very meticulous with grocery shopping for us. Like, we shop the sales. She's got a whole network of her friends. There must be, I don't know, 10 of them, and they all converse. There's a sale on ham. There's a sale on Cheese Whiz. This is on, and that's how they operate in our community. We're a community shop.
networking.
Networking, yes.
Networking is key to survival, and that's why we're in the aftermath now, guys. As the pendulum swings back, the narrative falls apart. We're gonna have to start communicating. And I said this, I don't know, Junkyard, if you remember a Mike in the Night or two ago, where I was very specific that go out and meet your neighbors, go out and meet your townsfolk, go out and find out what hey, you see your neighbor cutting his lawn. Hey, how you doing? It's good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. How are things? You doing good? Start communicating with people around you. Communicate with people around you.
Trustworthy people that you can count on. The people you can count on people, or not count on people. You got to be like, my neighbor is pretty good. I had a little project I had in the backyard here.
Mm-hmm.
We go to dinner. His wife passed away. He's elderly. He's in his 70s. He's not well, and me and my wife look after him. And we've gotten very close in the last couple of years. And he lent me some tools to do some backwork project that I had to do, this weekend. So very thankful for that. Get to know your neighbor.
Yeah, knowing your neighbor is key. Knowing everyone around you is key. Knowing and I don't know if you remember this, but I said take a little clipboard. There's a former RCMP officer that lives in my cul-de-sac here, and he went around to person to get their updated emails to find out where they are, if everything's okay, and then he basically wanted to know what we're skilled at. What can you do if something goes wrong? Can you do electrical? Can you do this? And that's what he was doing. He's kind of watching this neighborhood here. You know what I mean?
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Like, because you don't know when you can't get a plumber or an electrician or this or that or a mechanic or. That's interesting.
So he was going around just talking and introducing himself to everyone, letting everyone know where he lives, getting everybody on a block watch list so everybody could communicate with each other, and to make sure that if something happens or there's a break-in on the street, everyone gets a flooded email discussing what is happening. And I urge every community, they need to do this. Every community needs to start. I don't care if they're in a condo tower where they start getting to know everybody on their floor and finding out who is what and what is where and who is,
we know everybody on our street. Everybody knows us. We know everybody. Yeah. And saying, different times of the year, you'll see 2 or 3 neighbors out on the street talking, they're just having a social. Nobody really goes into anybody's homes, though, since COVID, but the people are private that way. But people will come out into the street and they'll have a social, have a coffee or a beer or whatever.
Yeah.
Have a chin wag, very social on our street, but I can't, I don't know what goes on anywhere else.
We got our man Shay in the house asking if we are live. We are totally live now with Junkyard Dog, and he's breaking down the struggles of just maintaining a truck and getting your food to you, and the amount of just, it's just phenomenal. It's just absolutely phenomenal. And that's, again, why people in the comments are saying you're an absolute hero, because, again, without you, we wouldn't eat. And now, was I far-fetched a few years ago? Not a few years ago. About a year and a half ago, when we were having these logistics problems, was I out of my mind saying that the governments want to federalize the transportation? All of it? All the trucking and everything? Was I out of my mind saying that?
Well, I talked to my boss when we talked about that. I talked to my boss lady about that. She's very knowledgeable, and she's been doing this 18 years. It's already, the transportation, doesn't matter if it's planes, trains, or trucks. It's already sort of federal. Like, I don't know. We might see a day where they come in and it's just all government trucks, trains, and trucks. Like, it could be. I don't know. If things get that far out of hand, somebody is eventually going to have to step in to make sure that the products move and get there for the people.
Okay, Stock Up on Food and Water Now is saying that border crisis is seriously getting out of control. We're going to be covering that on Mike in the Night. Don't you worry about that. And what's happening in the hotels, we got that covered. And we might get a buddy down in Chicago who could weigh in on the show and come in and explain. So illegals are getting all these handouts. Meanwhile, many Americans are struggling to make ends meet. Yeah, Stock Up on Food and Water Now. I'm going to leave a link here. Here we go. Wow. There you go. There's the Rumble show. We're going to go live uncensored. You could call in. Stock Up on Food and Water Now. You add me on Skype. You go to realmikemartins.com and you could find me. Right on the realmikemartins.com, there's this big Skype button. Add me on Skype. Okay, so we got a gentleman sent me $22 Canadian. Russell, thank you so much. Here we go, Mikey. Can you ask Junkyard Dog if he ran or runs Highway 11 Ontario? I live on Highway 11 near Liskeard.
Liskeard, yes. There's a Husky truck stop. I've been up there many times, yeah. I'll be running up through there this summer, probably, yeah.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you guys should meet. People on the channel, I urge people to meet each other, too, because a lot of people I've met through the channel, like, communicated, and that's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah. Yeah, I in the summertime, we do some hauls strictly in Canada. There's a couple of runs that are strictly Canadian, and because freight slows down during the vacation season. Mm-hmm. Like some of the dedicated stuff that I do haul to the U.S. slows down during July and August. So we take on other contracts.
We got Lord Humongous saying, I'm a vet and I sleep on the streets, and he says he loves it. It's good training. And Lord Humongous has fallen on hard times on and off, and it's been tough. Been very tough. Art Bell is saying, 95 watching now. Lots of new activity on Zero Hedge. And lo and behold, I have the Zero Hedge open right here for you guys.
But you want to know I've been doing this 20 years, Mike. Mm-hmm. The strangest thing I ever saw was during the you-know-what. And the only people out were the truckers and the state troopers. I didn't do a lot of Canadian running, so I can't speak for Canada. I know the streets were empty. The highways were empty. It was just like in a movie where are all the people? Like, and what we seen on the highways, the truckers were talking on the CBs, of course, and the police were pulling cars over, mm-hmm. and trying to find out what they were doing out when they shouldn't have been out.
Yeah.
And passing out fines. I think that happened here in Ontario. There were some $1,000 fines that were passed out. Both highways were empty, buddy, during that particular time.
Wow. Okay, guys, someone's asking how to buy a game. Go to meritgames.com. I'll give you the link inside. Go ahead. We have hundreds of board games to choose from. You just go to board games here. Someone's saying they're huge gamers. Here it is right there. Merit Games. buy a board game, support me. I'll ship it to you. U.S., Canada. We're shipping to U.S. and Canada. So if you guys want to do that, go ahead and support me that way too.
I'm going to get on board and do that too. There's my wife's little nephew's baby son. He's quite the smart little chap, and we're going to be looking for some games from you. We're going to be picking some up.
I'll tell you for age groups. I'll specifically handpick specific ones for you. Those games at that level are not even expensive. They're very inexpensive. So, yeah.
This little whip's into books, and he likes books, and we've never seen this before. He just loves books and puzzles and like squares and circles and stuff, and puzzles, and just very smart little guy.
Okay. We got Anarchy in the comments. Listen to this. Are you ready for this? Hi, Mike and everybody. Anarchy's in Australia, right? Governments will be controlling all industries. Trucking in Australia has been tied up in so many regulations, it's sickening. So they're going to regulate and tax you to death, so you're going to have to surrender. And we did talk about this, Junkyard Dog, because we talked about the amount of, remember 2 weeks ago, we were discussing about how many trucking companies went bankrupt.
Yes, there was a lot. Over the past few years, there's been hundreds, like lots, big companies, small companies. Yes, that's true. Very true.
So
yes, very true. Very, very true. It's kind of scary, really. But it's like they're thinning out the herd or something. I don't know. I don't know what the narrative is. There's some plan somehow, some way. And California wants to go by 2020 or 2030 or 27. They want to go complete green.
That's not going to fly. There's 30, 40 million people in California. It's not going to fly.
No.
California's population is about the size of Canada. And I don't think that as many people as they tell us that live in Canada, I don't think there's that many people that live in Canada like they are reporting to us. You're a truck driver. Tell people how when you take that Yonge Street all the way down and you jump on that all the way up to Winnipeg, tell people how much open land there is.
It's when you get past the city.
Oh,
yeah, there's open land.
It's way open. So I don't know where these 35 or 50 million or whatever their 30 million living in Canada is, because I've driven across Canada coast to coast, and the biggest cities I would stop in, and you got maybe 800,000, a million per city. You don't have 30 million. That's just me. I'm a conspiracy nut. I don't believe the population is what they're telling us. They've lied about everything to us. I don't believe them.
I sent you some pictures, I think. I've noticed lately this, and I've talked to other people, and lately we noticed that here in the GTA and in Southern Ontario here, Toronto area, there is a lot of cranes in the air. You talked about this a couple of
Crane City.
There's crane, they're building up. They are massively building up. My neighbor is Portuguese. His name's Dave. And he's in his 30s, mid-30s, and he, for most of his life, his family had been in construction, and he was working on these apartment buildings, building these apartment buildings. But he had to give it up. He blew his back out too many times. It's very hard work, just to let you know.
Yeah.
And
it was those Portuguese that came and built a good Portuguese, the Italians, and the Greeks.
His family's Portuguese, and they've been building here in Ontario for years.
Yeah, they've built that infrastructure. And
yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go jump on some Zero Hedge articles. Keep us updated on everything, and
sure.
We'll get you back on again next week. Maybe you could come on the uncensored show so we could talk a little bit more deeper, okay?
Sure, sounds good.
I'll see you in the comments, brother.
Yeah, okay. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that is Junkyard Dog, and I really appreciate him. Yeah, so basically, realmikemartins.com, you can find all the links to all the streams and all the links to, here, I'll just give you a little tour. Been working really hard. Gentleman's been helping me really work hard on, put this together, and there it is right there. You go here, guys. I'm going to kind of navigate this for you guys. There's the real Mike. You can click on the archives here, and you get all the Mike in the Nights. You have your Spotify, Pandora, Stitcher, Podcast, Castbox, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, And then you go into videos, you could go into different things here, and then you could go into the streams. So you can find the Rumble stream right here on realmikemartins.com, and your legal help right here, legalhelperai.com right here. And then you could go here if you want to add me on Skype. And then we have all our legendary guests that have been on Mike in the Night over the years. We had Frankie McDonald on, all kinds of cool people you guys could check out. And donor box is right here. So if you guys, there's lots to see, lots to do on here. And then you could buy some swag here. And you could buy a game right here. So you guys could buy a board game off me or something. You could spend time with the family. It is a real Mike Martins. Here it is, the real Mike Martins right there. Mike in the Night, episode 502, realmikemartins.com for all your information. And Aftermath, week 1. We're going into the aftermath now. I think it's safe to say that we are there. And now, how do we get punished for it now? Because nowadays, a lot of these people at the top are basically looking for ways to punish us when they get caught, right? So we're constantly being punished. And I honestly don't know what to say or do anymore, because we're at a point right now where the pendulum is swinging back, ladies and gentlemen. What are they going to do about it? That is the question, right? And we're also streaming on Instagram, folks. I'm just checking this out here. We are on Instagram too. Mike Martins there, real Mike Martins. And all right, let's get back to the party here, guys. It's safe to say life goes on, Mike. You got it, buddy. Life goes on. Who else? Does everyone see how the news all around the world is talking about landlord and tenant problems? Hold on, I got something for you guys with that. Give me a second here. I got something. I always got something under my sleeves. New York. So speaking of landlord and tenant problems, this is major. Zero Hedge. Tyler Durden over at Zero Hedge is reporting this for us. And New York and San Francisco office buildings are absolutely ghost towns. And by Tyler Durden right there. It's no secret that commercial real estate is in bad shape across the globe. Things are so bad, in fact, that 26 Empire State Buildings could fit into New York City's empty office spaces. Holy crap. 26 Empire State. Do you know how big the Empire State Building is, folks? It's big, okay? As occupancy in the city hovering around 50 points of pandemic levels, according to the chair of Harvard Economics Department, Edward Glacier, of MIT's Carl Ratti. So there it is. There's your 74,582,000 square foot of office space. You guys can't make this up. Look at this. Yeah. So this is going to be a huge problem. So there's Los Angeles, Nueva York, and Chicago right there. And you can see the cities there. And there's the uptick of vacancies in office space. That is horrendous, folks. Wow. So this is in Los Angeles, the vacant office space is equivalent to 30.7 U.S. bank towers. Let me open this in full. Look at that. Look at that. Where's my buddy Arnold?
I don't care.
So there it is right there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there it is. So there it is right there, folks. This is huge. In San Francisco, the downtown area is experiencing its worst office vacancy crisis on record, with 31% of space available for lease or sublease, the San Francisco Chronicle reports. And we could open that here so you could see that it's actually coming from the San Francisco Chronicle. So downtown San Francisco has 18.4 million square. They want me to subscribe. That's okay. And there it is, 92,000. They house 92,000 employees and the equivalent of 13 Salesforce towers. Wow. Holy smokes. Look at that, folks. Look at the vacancies there, just in San Francisco. And there's the Market and the Mission District. I've been to both places. I've been all over San Francisco when it was okay to go to. Meanwhile, Meta, has listed all 435,000 square feet of their 181 Fairmount Street locations for rent, as the city's third largest tower currently sits 100% vacant. 100% vacant. So there it is right there. Pamela saying, Mike, rent and housing is bad, but there are much bigger things. Yeah, tonight on Mike in the Night, let me see if I could I post the link. We're going to be uncensored on Rumble, so we're going to go ahead and do it like that. So landlords, meanwhile, need to offer more than just space, according to some. So there it is right there. Wow. I knew the vacancy rate was high, but this is like horrendous. This is like horrendous. What's going on. And, you know, this costs jobs, right? And then AI is taking over the world, right? Artificial intelligence is replacing a lot of these. LA is trash. Got that right, says Lord Humongous. Look at advertising on the right. Yeah, there was some weird advertising going on. Where was it? Yeah, right here. There's some weird advertising going on here. So... Only on Mike in the Night. So, guys, this is our uncensored version. We're going to switch over to the proper version of Mike in the Night here in a bit. And that's major. Let's see what else they're reporting here. The 2024 presidential election could make or break Bitcoin in the U.S. This civilization is mentally ill. And that goes back to the video we made a few days ago. And we're going to have Linny Poo come on the show later, towards the end, where she's going to weigh in on what's happening with people, right? And what's happening with people. She's going to, and the blood-brain barrier and all that stuff. So she's been doing a lot of research and reading a lot of medical journals. Okay, Russell, thank you for joining the channel here on YouTube. Thank you so much. They're coming for you, home or no home, job or no job. And Mikey, you got my room ready, says Lord Humongous. A test magnet highway was built in the U.S. Worked perfectly, I heard. Would be a great for all cities. Pamela, let them bring it. I've been waiting, says it is what it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. And we're gonna be, what do we got for time? We got 6:44. I guess we got 5 more minutes here. And, Silver Link's in the house. It's about time he joined us. Holy smokes, been waiting for you all night. I'm just breaking you guys here. Lord Humongous needs a few cases of Crown Royale. And, we could work something out. I'm going to wear a bearskin live in a motorhome outside of Mike's house. So... But yeah, you know, guys, let me throw something out there in regards to that. There's a Bigfoot convention here at the our little hockey rink here tonight. Today, it's the Bigfoot convention. I wonder if it's going on tomorrow for Mother's Day, but it's the Bigfoot convention, folks. So look it up; it's actually happening. Just got in from the shop. LOL. We got Junkyard Dog is Richard, by the way, guys. Love to hear from Ricky Spanish. Where's he at? You know, I'm gonna Ricky Spanish. I'm gonna do what I can to find Ricky Spanish. He usually goes on these disappearing acts from time to time, and it'll be nice to hear what he's got going on. He has been on 3 weeks ago, so it's good to hear from Ricky Spanish because he actually understands what the heck is going on when it comes to certain things happening. And he's been dead right or dead. He's been 100% completely right with his predictions. And he's done a really good job with his predictions, guys. Guys, don't forget to share this transmission and get this out there. We work really hard. It's not just me anymore. It's our callers. It's our tech that's been helping me piece together all of this. It's a lot of us that are involved in this. So it would mean a lot to me if you could share this video and tell them, hey, it's censored. It's a pre-show. You know, there's no swearing. It's okay. You could watch this. It's okay. You know, so The kids could watch this. It's not that bad, except for the advertising on the right side here. But what else we got? After school Satan clubs are hot. So we actually brought up the after school Satan club. And that video, I brought that up in 2014 or 2015 on the original YouTube channel. I remember bringing that up and bringing it to people's attention. And I think it was in Detroit, or it was in Michigan State, or upstate Michigan, where they had, or was it upstate New York? No, it was upstate Michigan where they had some after-school Satan clubs. And we were bringing it up and trying to get ideas from people. Why are they doing this? What is the whole formality of this? Why, so I remember that video getting taken down. I actually wholeheartedly remember that video getting taken down. I still remember that. California Reparations Committee calls for ending cash bail. The cash bail system is at a core of many of the class and race-based inequities in criminal legal system. So I think they're trying to pay reparations or something to a state that never held slaves or wasn't part of the South, and the South, it's a big, I'm not going to go into the whole thing. We're not going to get into this whole thing, but there's more. Just like the last 3 years, guys, the whole Civil War was the same thing. Misinformation. All of it's misinformation. All of it. So, Oregon GOP walkout targets bills on abortions for children and gun control. Pentagon to expand their air defense in Guam. Okay. Eyeing China and North Korea threats. If you guys know where Guam is, it's in the middle of, I think it's the Southeast China Sea, or the Southeast Asia area. One of them islands there. I think it's close to Indonesia. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure, but it's out there somewhere. I've seen it on a map before. San Francisco Democrat pushes to restrict gun use by security guards. Okay. And Egypt rejects U.S. requests to block Russian military flights. So again, people are taking their corners. People are taking their sides. People are taking... this is going to be a big thing, folks. As the chess pieces on this 4 or 5 or 6D chess we're on now, I don't even know what chess level we're at right now, but it's so deep and it's so profound that it is beyond anything. Okay, guys, if you want to add me on Skype, go to realmikemartins.com. There's the Skype right there. Now, I'm going to give you guys the link to the Rumble where we're going to start. So there's Poverty Stacks there already in the comments. I'm going to say, woo! And we're going to be live on Odyssey too. So we're going to be multi-streaming tonight. But I'm going to give you, everyone knows the Odyssey link. So I'm just going to give you guys here. You can go to realmikemartins.com if you want to watch it on another platform. We're on Twitch and everywhere else. And there it is right there. I'll do another channel plug on the next show when we start our next show. And we got Sheridan Forbes in the house. Jagmeet Singh is Tony Yayo, hype man of Sugar Daddy Trudeau's G Unit. Then we have Humongous plays 11D chess. That's right. Lord Humongous is always ahead of the curve. 10 moves ahead of the curb. The old Chevy runs like brand new with HHO from H2O YouTube. Has videos on it. You've got some good headlines, Mike. Oh, watch when we start the other show. You'll see headlines. You will see headlines. And we're going to be getting a little bit deep in the next show, guys. I'm trying to see if we could get our callers that were supposed to come on, turn on their Skypes so we could get their perspective on certain things. So I'm going to be very patient tonight. Oh, Craig. Oh, my God. Craig Cook is... Oh, my God. Craig Cook is messaging me. And we haven't spoken to Craig in a long time. We haven't spoken to Craig down in New Zealand, giving us the down low on what is happening. And we'll see if we can get Ralphie on the show too. And Ralphie's got some information, very important information that he wants to share with us with this 5 or 6 inches of rain falls, and now they're going to raise taxes, and there's a national emergency down in New Zealand for 5 or 6 inches of rain. I'm not making this up. He showed me a before and after. 30 minutes after the rain was gone, and now they want to raise taxes for this climate change national emergency they're having in New Zealand. Ladies and gentlemen, it rained in New Zealand, and when it rains in New Zealand, the country gets shut down when it rains. So we got Gruesome Newsom owes my butt $200 million in reparations, says Lord Humongous. Pamela in the house. Where's the crash? Says Bro Leaf. Then we have Pamela says really soon. Yeah, you're seeing these vacant spots. We got housing is becoming more and more out of reach. Okay, here we go. But people have been saying crash for decades, but we haven't been playing by the rules for decades either, right? Yeah, we should have been in 3 corrections in the last 10, 15 years with all the bank manipulations and all the garbage. But again, they're changing the goalposts, or they're moving the goalposts on a regular basis, and it's becoming more and more. It's disgusting what's happening. And in the end, who suffers? Who suffers? The people. The people suffer. The people get hurt, right? The people in the middle, the people that are stuck in the middle of these quarrels, these government quarrels, these injustice and all this crap. And, you know, in Canada, they're passing all these damn laws up here to make it illegal for us to, you know, okay, say Mikey, let's go. We got Sheridan Forbes said the great Canadian peso is coming to a sitting year, folks. Yeah, we've been. I've been very vocal about that great Canadian. You're gonna make me go into my channel Time Machine. I just want to see. I want to show you guys the picture I made. You're gonna laugh your buttocks this off here when you see this, and go to the channel magnifying glass. It's a funny image I have right here. The Canadian peso is coming soon. Here it is. Watch. Right here. There. I got Trudeau on the cover of that. I think I photoshopped that on the cover of that. And the great Canadian peso is coming soon. 3 years ago, devaluation and deliberate downturn adjustment of the value of the country's monetary system. What else do we have? ATM Time Machine. Just trying to think if I know I've brought this Canadian peso up quite a few times here on the show, and it's something I've been very vocal about, and I think it's kind of interesting what's going down here. Okay, folks, I got 5 minutes to switch over to the next platform. Here is the link to the Rumble. Go to realmikemartins.com. And we're going to be moving over to Rumble, folks. So I'm going to be checking out your comments here. And we're going to be heading over to our uncensored platform. And we're going to take it off from there. Anyways, guys, Mike Martins here. Thanks for joining us on 502 Aftermath Week 1 pre-show of Mike in the Night. I shall see you on the flip side. Mike Martins here. I have spoken.